No, I promise this will be. Hang on. Let me... Starting... I can't believe I forgot to hit the button. Oh god, I suck. Okay. Now we're live. Man! I don't even have my computer up on the side. Alright, hello everyone! Welcome to the Ram Show this week. So, well, I'll bring Zach in real quick here. What did I forget to do this week, Zach?
I wonder.
So, we've been talking for about an hour, and I just realized I forgot to hit the start button. Yeah.
You idiot.
So this will be a very very short episode of the Ram Show this week.
How did you? Oh my! It's been how many times we've done this? Not very many. You've already managed to do that at least once.
As I told you last week, it wouldn't be a Ram Show if something didn't go wrong.
Something this bad? Oh man, up your game.
I suck. Okay. LG has unveiled a brand new 77-inch flexible TV. Kind of a cool concept. They released it on Tuesday, and the reason they released it is because South Korea is trying to compete with China and Taiwan, stuff like that. It's the world first 4K resolution OLED, because that's the brand new technology, and it's been something that they've been developing for over 5 years. Resolutions are 3840 by 2160. Since Zach is complaining because he's hungry, and I don't blame him, quick thoughts on this, Zach?
I mean, it's cool, I guess. But, I mean, here's the thing, don't you usually put screens on a flat surface anyway? Why does it have to be flexible? I mean, I guess you could put it on a curved wall or something, but...
I didn't think about that.
It feels like kind of a gimmick that probably won't be utilized too much, but it's cool anyway.
Alright, so I've heard pricing for it, I think, from what I saw, $8,000 starting off. But it's not geared towards, like, the home user. It's geared towards companies.
I mean, if you're rich, you can buy one anyway.
Right. And now the thing is, now that they have the technology, the question is whether it will start trickling down to, say...
Oh, of course it will. What do you think?
Consumers. And everything. Kind of a sweet idea. Now, here's the thing. Well, not how flexible. It looks like a doormat, though. Or not a... Yeah, like a doormat. Isn't that what we decided on?
Yeah, I think something like that.
It looks like a doormat, kind of. But I guess how well it will... how durable. That's the word I'm looking for. How durable will it be?
It's probably not that durable, but I'm sure these kinds of things will become more durable in the future.
Right. Yeah. Who knows? Okay. Since I told you we would kind of fly through these, this is going to be very, very short this week.
Ugh.
It's okay. We'll do better next week.
We did so many things. Forever lost.
Oh, yeah. I can't believe I forgot to hit the start button.
So many words forever lost. What are we going to do?
Hey, we had a good discussion ourselves, though. It was good practice.
I'm just going to start recording audio over here, and if you screw it up, then I'll
At least we'll have audio?
Yeah, sure. I don't know. It's better than nothing. You can put something together with it, right?
Oh, yeah, I'm sure I can. Last Tuesday, Firefox released a brand new browser for Android devices called Firefox Focus. And the idea behind it is that it has built-in ad blocking in it. already built in. Now, Tor, which is something that you've used before, right, Zach?
Yeah.
Okay.
Gotta bypass the filters somehow.
So Tor has been a thing that's been around, but it's kind of clunky because there's like a couple different portions to it and stuff like that, right?
Well, it's not. I think you're thinking of it in the wrong way. It's a network, but the software on your computer
so it's not
is
actually
what you use
software.
to get to the network.
Okay, I thought it was actually like software.
Oftentimes the software to use it is clunky and doesn't always work.
Right. Okay. So anyway, what Firefox Focus is like I said, this brand new kind of browser that Firefox has developed to help with the privacy and all that fun stuff that's been going around and things like that. But blocks ads and ad trackers, and they're claiming that both these things are going to help not only with browser speed, so making things faster, but also it's going to help save you data, which, as we discussed earlier, I don't think it's going to save you that much because like ads don't take up all that much. But yeah,
it probably won't save you that much. It'll be something though, and when your data cap is probably only a couple of gigabytes, yeah, that's a decent amount.
Like mine. But honestly, I don't use that much. So, I'm usually pretty good every month. Anyway, so that's the thing that's out now. So if you're running an Android device and you want some more privacy, you want to block your ads, something to go check out. So yeah. I'm sorry, this episode of the Ram Show is going to suck.
This is the worst one ever. Ugh.
I think so. And this was going to be a good show, too.
It wasn't. We were there for an hour and 20 minutes.
God. Like, one simple thing. I don't know. I'm off on my game this week. Clearly. Okay. Because Zach loves Apple, we had to throw one of these in there. Virgin Mobile is announcing today, or last Wednesday, I should say, that it's going to be offering an iPhone-exclusive cellular plan that offers unlimited data, text, and calls for $50 a month. I use the term unlimited very lightly.
Unlimited star. We'll throttle you after 23 gigabytes. You can't watch videos more than 480p. You can't stream music more than 500 kilobits per second. Okay. Yeah. So, then you throw in this term, it's mobile optimized data, which, is basically
the term that's been around for like ever.
Code for we're going to gimp your performance because we need to make more money.
Customers can add on some extras like $5 a month for unlimited calls to Canada and Mexico. And there's also global texting, or $10 for the aforementioned services, plus 200 minutes of voice calls to select mobile phones in 50 countries. I have no idea what it means by select mobile. Any ideas? I got nothing. I looked at the coverage map earlier. It looks like they're maybe running on Sprint's towers, which in this area means absolutely kind of nothing. Unless you're going to like stay around I-35, you're not really going to get anything. Oh, this was kind of the cool thing. The plan is being offered for just $1 a year. As me and Zach discussed earlier, though, there's absolutely nothing I can do to ever get him to switch, I think, to an Apple product.
Not unless it was a good product and didn't cost a fortune. And I could do what I wanted with it instead of what Apple wants me to do with it.
Okay. Yeah, I don't think. Yeah, unless that happens, there's no way I'm ever convincing Zach to actually move to Apple. So, yeah, that's a thing. Here's something cool, though. Virgin is offering this plan for $1 for the first year. After that, it goes up to $50 a year. But if you want to purchase a new iPhone again after 2 years of service, you'll get 6 months at the $1 price. Now, in order to qualify, you have to either buy a phone through Virgin or through Apple. And if you're wanting to explore this and sign up, June 27th through July 31st is your window. Moving on to the next topic. God, this sucks this week.
Is this Microsoft?
Yes, this is Microsoft right here.
This one's Microsoft, right?
Yes. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can.
Okay.
Sorry. Sometimes I can't. I attempt to fill in the details as best I can, but every now and then I completely screw it.
You know what? Those were kind of like and this is why I put them as the first, like, topics. Okay, the Virgin Mobile one was kind of one that I wanted to spend more time on. The Firefox Focus and the 77-inch flexible TV, I kind of was like, okay, whatever. So
this happened. It's kind of cool. Whatever.
Yeah, these happen. They're kind of cool. Yada yada yada. If it's cool with you, because we got 2 topics left, let's actually maybe somewhat have a decent RAM show this week.
Sure.
So we haven't really talked a ton about.
That was more our skim of stuff.
Yeah, exactly. And we've already somewhat talked about this one, but the last topic we just kind of started in. So anyway, okay. Microsoft antivirus efforts have hit the news recently. I think we're going to start a brand new segment on the RAM show. Our weekly what did Microsoft screw up this week? Because it seems like every week there's always something about Microsoft.
Yeah.
It's
at the best of times, it's, hey, they did this cool thing, but but here's a huge caveat to it.
Right.
Such as, you can only do it in Edge browser or whatever. I don't know.
Yeah.
Hey, here's this great new feature that Microsoft added, but you can only use it with Edge browser, something.
Yeah. So I think this should be like a thing that we do every week, where what did Microsoft do this week? So anyway, following the spread of the massive WannaCry malware in the EU antitrust complaint from antivirus company Kaspersky, this is why they're in the news this week. Now, Kaspersky claims that Microsoft they claim, and then Microsoft admitted that they disabled third-party antivirus software. Because why not?
I mean, I'm not completely up to speed on this whole thing, but it seems very typically Microsoft.
Well, okay, so I guess...
Can we just call that like a Microsoft move when some company just says something so brain dead that it makes no sense at all?
I actually kind of like that term.
Except the one problem with that is that there's so many companies you could replace with Microsoft, or you could replace Microsoft with, and it would just still make sense. Like, oh, that's a Comcast move right there. Or,
good point.
Or Ubisoft totally would have done that.
So Rob Lefferts.
I don't know. Maybe we can call it a Microsoft move just because they're maybe because they come back so often to make said moves.
Right. So Rob Lefferts, he's the Director of Programming Management for Windows Enterprise and Security. Now, he talks about how, because when they disabled these third-party softwares, surprise, surprise, Windows Defender took over. Now, they built Defender antivirus into, every version of Windows 10 to make a promise to their customers that every Windows 10 device, big, bold, capital letters here, always has protection from antivirus and malware. Now, he explains that Microsoft's reasoning for disabling third-party antivirus software is this. While Microsoft claims 95% of Windows 10 PCs had compatible antivirus protection for the recent Windows 10 Creators Update, there was a small number that still needed some updating. Now, Windows 10 prompts to install a new version of antivirus from third parties like Kaspersky after an update, but it disables the old version if it's not compatible. He says, we first temporarily
So it's fine and all to request that people update, but why must it be disabled exactly? Is it doing any harm or something?
Right?
What have I
Yeah.
missed? Is it somehow causing a problem?
Well,
Like, sure, it might not be the latest and greatest, but it doesn't seem to me like it could cause a problem. Unless it's actively causing a problem
good
that,
point.
you know,
Or, well,
really makes sense to disable it, then it just, I can't help but feel like Microsoft just wants to, you know, throw some dirt at other companies that make competing products.
that's probably part of it. I don't know though, because we've heard this before. Like certain antivirus softwares will interfere with other antivirus softwares. So I don't know if they're just like we really don't want to test stuff and see if it does, so we're just going to disable it, or what exactly happened there. I'm going to go with that because, you know, why would Microsoft spend the time and effort into figuring out, oh, hey, this is just going to work, or maybe it won't work, so we're just going to disable it and put our own software in there. So, yeah. I
mean, so you're saying they're probably just being lazy?
Yeah, so what I'm saying is
Lazy, not malicious. Okay. I mean, I don't know.
Yeah, I don't think the intent was to be malicious. I think it probably was being lazy, where they're saying, okay, we know that, or we claim that this software isn't going to work anymore, and if we go back to the promise of they want to always have protection, and we also know that certain antivirus softwares don't play nice with each other, like I said, I could see that maybe that's why they decided to disable it, where it's like, rather than testing it to see if it's actually going to cause problems, we're just going to disable it and then tell people that they need to update.
I don't know. Still doesn't completely add up.
Yeah. Or it's Microsoft's way of just pushing you to use their software. Because that's a
Yeah,
thing,
but most
course.
of the time, Defender doesn't even do anything that you visibly see.
Right. Yeah. I don't know. I was doing some I was gonna say research, but I wasn't doing research the other day. I was just, you know, on the internet. Came across a video that talked about like 5 free apps that like you need on your computer or something like that. They were talking about antivirus stuff, and actually I think it was skewed because they were like looking at it and it was like alphabetically listed. But from what I understand, like Defender was not like anywhere near the. I don't even know where Defender ranks actually in terms of antivirus software, but
It's probably not the greatest.
yeah, probably not the greatest.
I don't have any third-party stuff. I use Common Sense, but, you know, I wouldn't be surprised if Defender catches a couple things that Common Sense doesn't.
Right? Yeah. You never know.
In any case, my PC's doing all right, thank you.
As far as you know.
No, it is not part of a Chinese botnet.
Being taken over for DDoS attacks?
No, no such thing here.
Not
like there would be much bandwidth to use anyway.
Good point. Over your cable. Okay. Like I said, I know this episode of the Ram Show is short. It sucks this week. Mostly because we've already talked about all this stuff, so, you know, recreating what we've already talked about is hard. So, yeah. Anyway.
We're not recreating anything. We're just
yeah,
saying different things about the same things.
Basically, yeah. This last one, though, we haven't talked about a ton yet, so I think there should be some more genuine stuff in this one. You know what, though? Let's throw something in real quick here, because I just mentioned DDoS attacks. So, what is a DDoS attack? Do you know?
Wait, what?
What is a DDoS attack, Zach? Do you know?
A lot of computers in a lot of places send a lot of bandwidth at one thing.
And what does it do?
It overloads the crap out of whatever's on the receiving end.
Kind of. So DDoS attacks are denial of service attacks, basically.
Yes. I think the extra D stands for distribute.
Yeah, distributed denial of service. Now, from what I understand, DDoS attacks
I've actually seen for a couple things. But distributed is what I've seen more often.
I think so,
than
yeah.
anything.
DDoS attacks are not hacking. Let's be clear about that.
Just let's hit it with a hammer and see what happens.
Yeah, so basically, it would be like... You know what? Let's do this. Let me bring up my command prompt here. And, because here's a great example of this right here. So, if I open up a command prompt, and I just send a ping request to google.com, it's going to ping it. And so it's sending information to Google and saying, hey, respond back if you're there. So a example of a DDoS attack would be like getting a bunch of computers together and just sending out like, you know, a request.
I think they're requests, though. I think... Well, maybe. I don't know. I'm not terribly well versed in DDoS attacks.
Right?
Sorry.
Basically, it just sends a bunch of data to the server, or requests to the server, and it overwhelms it to the point where the server can't respond back fast enough. And so, instead of...
basically bottlenecks the connection.
Yeah. So, instead of you, like... So, let's say there was a DDoS attack against Google. You would go to it, you wouldn't be able to access it because the data would get sent there, but it would never be able to make it through because the servers can't respond back fast enough because of everything that's being sent to it. Yeah, exactly. So it basically just times out.
I'm sure we've missed a ton of stuff, but that's the kind of the idea.
Yeah, I don't want to get like too technical, but yeah, that's kind of basically the idea of it. It overwhelms it to the point where it can't like handle it. And so when legitimate people try to go there, it just is like, yeah, no, not going to happen. So, yeah, that's the thing. Final topic. How long have we been up for now? I don't even know.
Huh?
Oh, this is like a 20-minute... This is the shortest Ram show we've ever done. We've only been up for 20 minutes now.
Oh yeah, okay. Good job.
I know, I suck. You can say it. Hey! On the plus side, though...
I'll say it regardless.
On the plus side, though, me swearing is not going to make it into this episode.
You made a big deal about that.
Yeah, so...
Didn't really mean anything.
Yeah. You know what? I've got a lot on my mind this week. I may or may not...
wonder if you specifically failed to start the stream in anticipation of that. Tinfoil head.
I may or may not have a 500-word essay to write that's due tomorrow by 12 p.m. Or no, 12 a.m. So...
Haha. I wrote my essay in a day.
Yeah. Well,
although
so mine is...
the same.
The one that I have to write is argumentative, so it should be pretty simple.
Those are my favorite.
Yeah. 500 words shouldn't be a huge deal. Anyway, okay, so there's a site that promises the power to track a phone and intercept its texts. Now, you don't have a need for this, Zach, nor do I have a need for this, but what do you think a fair price for this would be?
Like I said before, I really don't know because I don't have a need for it.
Okay, maybe I shouldn't use the term fair price. Like a... whatever. You know what, though? If it's valuable enough to you, you'll probably pay, you know...
I'm sure someone who has the money and a serious need for it will pay a lot of money.
Right. Now, there's a site that for... I'm not this crazy. I would never spend $500 a month on this. But yeah, $500 a month.
Someone will, apparently.
Right, yeah. $500 a month. The site promises the power to track a phone and intercept its text. Now, for years, experts have warned of vulnerabilities in the network that routes phone calls and cellular services, but those attacks may be more widespread anyone actually ever realized. So for more than a year, a Tor hidden service has been offering ongoing attacks, or ongoing access, I should say, to Telecom's private SS7 network for as little as $500 a month. Combined with known vulnerabilities, that access could be used to intercept text, track the location of an individual's phone, or cut off cellular services entirely. Your thoughts?
Sounds like fun.
It also sounds... I don't know. I might be a little tinfoil hattish on this, but, like, it sounds scary, but, like, I don't know if you're like me right now. I'm sitting here reading this, and I'm kind of like, okay, who kind of cares?
I mean, I'm sure
not that concerned with it.
Few enough people are actively using or aware of this that it doesn't really mean too much, but, you know, I guess it's something to be aware of. That, yeah, I'm sure it's possible to do that.
You brought up a great point earlier, and you said that they claim to have figured out how to do this. Now, one customer wrote to The Verge, which is where we got the story from, with some complaints about the service, claiming to have paid the site's fees only to be ignored by the site's manager, never receiving access to the SS7 dashboard. Other people have gone as far as saying that it's a scam. Now, the site responded to the concerns earlier last week, promising a free page to test the service next week, although access to the sites will be heavily limited. I don't have a need for
Well,
this.
all right, if they're prepared to prove their worth, then sure, I guess that's something, but...
Heavily limited.
I don't know,
So what
I'm
does
not
that mean?
terribly worried about it.
Yeah.
Say what? Limited? Well,
heavily
I don't
limited.
know, I guess a demo, like, sort of thing, I guess.
Yeah. I'm with you. I'm not that concerned about it. Let's see here. I guess there was an SS7 hacking. I don't remember hearing anything about this. Do you?
SS7 hacking? What?
No, SS7.
No? SS7 is probably a protocol used by the phone companies or something.
I think it's actually the name of the service or the network or something like that. Anyways, I guess it got hacked.
Oh, really? Well, okay.
Unsurprising. Unlike the internet, the SS7 network is a closed network, only meant to be accessed by a handful of telecom companies. So what, like AT&T, Verizon?
Yeah, I'm sure all the big names are in on it.
Right. As a result, there are few authentication systems in place. Okay.
You would think there would be more, but...
Right? I think they're just so... Is that one of those
Security
things?
through obscurity never works.
Don't
do it, please.
They're so confident.
It's so stupid.
Yeah, so they're so confident that because so few people have access to it that it's not going to be a problem. Okay, then. And then they wonder why, I wonder why we got hacked. Well, yeah. Now, in the past, researchers have raised concerns about the SS7 attacks that hacked into telecom company systems remotely or directly reprogrammed leased equipment like a, femtos? What the heck is a femtocell?
Heck if I know.
Google!
Do we really care? Because I don't.
I'm interested.
Okay, well, I guess we do care.
Is a small, low-powered cellular base station. Typically designed for use in a home or small... Okay, so what? Like a router, kind of, I guess?
Sort of, maybe. I don't know. It seems like a hotspot. Like, you know...
Right?
Like Wi-Fi, etc. Except for your phone network.
Yeah, I'm not sure. Oh, goodness. The site's manager, who goes by the name interconnector, declined to say how she was able to maintain access, but said it did not present significant technical difficulties, despite regular intervention from phone companies.
Yeah, what about that? Are the phone companies going to try and put a stop to this? How would they go about doing that?
I don't know. So, well, think about this. You've already got the system in place, right? So you can't reinvent the system. I would imagine that
there has to be some way, right?
Well, okay, so more authentication measures and stuff like that. But of course, all this is going to take time, and you've already got somebody...
work.
Yeah, time,
those companies
work,
probably aren't keen on.
And somebody's already gained access, so you got to first figure out where they're gaining access, and then figure out how to patch that, and then figure out how to keep them out. So, because rebuilding the network, I don't think is an option.
Oh, heck no. They wouldn't spend that much money and time.
Goodness. All right, I'm ready for a nap, apparently, because now I'm yawning. Let's see. She also said many others were maintaining access to the SS7 network using similar methods. So, this, closed network, apparently is not so closed anymore. It's easier than you would think, she told The Verge. It's difficult to wrap your mind around how, easy, unless you've got the right guidance or stumble upon the right information. I still don't know where I feel, like, how I feel about this and where I stand about how I feel about this. Like, I feel like I should care more, but I kind of don't.
Neither do I.
So...
I mean, I'm sure this is a fairly niche service. I don't think that many people are going to be buying or using this.
Right, yeah. I feel like this is for a very select few people.
Who also have quite a lot of money, apparently.
Yeah. What is it? Well-heeled users can pay... Oh my goodness, I gotta stop yawning. Well-heeled users can even pay $5,500 for direct access to the S7 or SS7 port, billed as everything you need to start your own service. Does that mean your own hacking service or your own phone service?
Probably your own information providing service. Like this one.
I wonder. In 2016, Knoll used the vulnerabilities to track the location of Karsten Knoll. He first demonstrated how SS7 systems could be used to track a user's physical location. I guess what they did was on CBS's 60 Minutes, they like took a congressman's phone and like tracked it or something. So, okay. I mean, if we're tracking high-profile people, that could be... Well,
that's one way to get someone's attention.
It's one way to get somebody's attention and could potentially lead to some issues. So, I mean, there may be some security things there. But, I don't know. It doesn't, like... I don't think... That's the thing. It has never been a problem for me. And again, I might be a little tinfoil hattish on it, but I have no other words than I just kind of don't care. It's a thing. It's out there. Sure. You know what? One of the things that brought me into this topic was the fact that, because I looked at the title, the site promises to power or promises you the power to track a phone and intercept its text. I thought it was going to be something more intuitive, like Find My iPhone or something like that. Like, a lot lower level. I didn't realize it was going to be as, like, technologically advanced kind of thing. And, like, have more to do with hacking, I guess. So, yeah. And as soon as I saw that, I was like, okay, I kind of sort of don't care anymore. People have been hacking for years, and yeah. So, I don't know.
Well, okay, yeah, I mean, sure. Great.
Well, like I said, I thought it was going to be this more intuitive kind of thing. Like, oh, you just want to know where your friend is. You plug their number in, and it
I don't know.
like
I
shows
thought
up
it
on a map.
was, when I first read this, I was like, what is this, some like company that's offering this? No, apparently not.
Yeah, I'm not quite sure.
In any case, you better have a good reason because it's going to cost you.
Right? Or really have nothing else to do with your time. So, let's see. Any other fun stuff? Oh, you know what? I was going to throw this in there, and let's just talk about it real briefly. Snapchat is not something I use, nor do I ever intend to ever use it.
Same.
I get Snapchat, but I don't get it, if that makes any sense. Like, I get the concept behind it, I just don't get the appeal, I guess, behind it. So, Snapchat has now... I can maybe see some problems with this. This would be something that would concern me. Snapchat now has this new Snap Map thing, where your friends can see where you are, like... well, I don't know. Facebook already does this, where it, like, tracks your location, but it, like, pins your location on a map so that people can see where your Snapchats came from.
Why?
So you know where your friends are.
Why, though?
I don't know. Because why not? I don't know. People want to track where people are. I don't know. I think this is a bad idea. Like, first off, A, I don't need other things tracking me. B, how long is it going to be before somebody hacks into this and, like, some creeper uses it to, like, track down, or some stalker uses it to track down somebody?
Well, even if this were not a thing, I'm sure there are plenty of other means.
Oh, I'm sure there probably are. I don't know. I just don't think it's a good idea. But, anyway. Oh. Chicago's new Apple store has a giant MacBook for a roof, apparently. That's a thing that happened.
Okay.
And I don't know if they're releasing it under the IBM name, or... Because Lenovo took over IBM, but I saw somewhere, and I don't know where it is now, that I think it was IBM. They're planning on releasing, like, a special edition of, like, the ThinkPad for the 25-year anniversary. So, I didn't see any specs or anything like that. And I'm not quite sure where that story is, so I can't pull up any specs either. But, yeah. I'm just trying to fill a little bit more content here with some, like, interesting stuff, but I realize that we kind of screwed ourselves on this episode. Okay, I shouldn't say we.
Yep.
I should say
Good
I.
job.
So, yeah.
All your fault.
I will take the blame for that. Ooh. I was at an event yesterday, and somebody that I know has a Microsoft Surface, like one of the older versions. Thoughts, real quick, Zach.
On what?
On the Surface.
On the Surface?
Cool, lame.
On the Surface or what? Sorry.
Yeah, on the Surface. Yep. What do you think? You still got me?
Yeah, I do, maybe.
Test 1 2. Test 1 2. Why is everything just falling apart now? Anyway. Cool idea, bad idea. What do you think?
Is what a good idea or a bad idea?
The Surface Pro. What are your thoughts on it?
On what?
The Surface Pro!
On what? Thoughts on what? I don't know.
Like, the device in general.
I don't know. I don't really care about it because it's too expensive and not powerful enough.
Okay, so yeah, there we go.
Sheesh. I was trying to get you to tell me what the heck you wanted me to answer.
Oh, I thought I was making it clear. I wanted you to like answer like what you thought of it overall. But
Underpowered, too much money.
underpowered, too much money, lame. Anything else interesting?
No.
Oh, Apple wants to ask like music companies to take less of a cut on like what they're making from streaming, I guess. That's a thing that's happening. So, oh yeah, Apple's asking music labels to take a smaller cut of revenue from streaming. That's not going to happen.
Ha ha. That's a good joke.
Huh. Interesting. Todoist, Slack competitor is for people who hate constant notifications. Wait, what? I'm confused now. Okay. Never mind. Well, okay. So there's a productivity app called Todoist, where you basically create like lists of stuff. I've used it before. And, oh, okay. So I guess, I don't know. I don't know if Todoist is like made by Slack or like it's a product of, I don't know. There's this thing called Twist apparently, which is like a knockoff of Slack. But okay, I think I've got this figured out. So Todoist made Slack, and now there's this competitor to Slack called Twist that I guess eliminates constant notifications. Even though we use Slack, and I don't think I've ever been like annoyed with notifications. I don't know. I'm just kind of, yeah.
It has plenty of settings anyway.
Right. I'm struggling for content now. I don't know. Let's do this. Let's just end this train wreck of a RAM show for this week. This by far is the worst RAM show we've ever done. Yeah. Yeah.
Not my fault.
No. You know what? Live streaming is hard, okay?
Yeah, but pressing the button should be the easiest part.
I don't even know. I don't even know anymore. I tell you what. Let's do this. Let's just end this week's RAM show. You know what? Go leave a dislike on this video because this just sucked this week. And I don't promise, but we'll try to do better next week. Yeah. Okay, I'm just gonna end this train wreck. Bye. Oh goodness.